Hello. Good morning. How are you doing? I am refilling my oil lamp so that we can set the stage properly. I hope you all are well, that you're having a nice morning. So should we start with a vocal warm-up? I think so. Look, I'm in the mirror there. That's nice. But not really what we want. Hey, baby D. How are you? Take a deep breath in, and you can prepare to pray. I love it too. It's a gift from a housemate. I'm glad you like it. We'll go a little bit higher now. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a slightly higher tone. Let me do that one again. That one was a little weak. Good morning, happy hugger. How are you doing? It's nice to see you again. And I'm always happy when you catch my lives. I'm really glad you're here. So, it's a little bit of vocal warm-up. Now we can start with our morning prayers. So what we're going to do today, for those of you who are new, is that we're going to do a series of prayers, some from Jewish tradition, some from the Shivananda tradition, some from American folk songs. We'll sing some prayers together. And then we're going to shift onto my Discord server, and we're going to have breakfast together. So if you'd like to have breakfast with me, I know some of you that's your favorite part. If you'd like to have breakfast with me, you can click on the link in my bio to join my Discord server. Right now, the Discord is free. I'm going to be launching a Patreon very, very soon, just as soon as I have enough time in my life to make a good video about what Patreon is and why it's important. So I'm going to be launching a Patreon soon, so that the folks who want to support me can support me. And at that point, Discord will shift and will be beyond a paywall. So this is your last week to join the Discord server for free. So we're going to have breakfast on Discord. We've got a really cool community on there. So I hope you'll join. If you don't fall asleep first, you might be able to say hi today. You're in a very different time zone from me, aren't you, Salty Fish? But I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're moderating. It means a lot. You do a really great job. So, now we're going to start with our prayers. We'll start with the book of Deuteronomy. We'll start with the word in Hebrew which means listen, Shema. It goes like this. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Which do you think I am, itty bitty Roxy? Which do you think? I'll let you decide. Hello from New York. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you all are here. So those 6 words are probably the most repeated 6 words in the Hebrew language. They can be translated as listen Israel, Shema Yisrael. Israel can break down Isra, struggles, and El is God. Israel, you who struggles with God. Listen, all of you strugglers with God. Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh. These names, syllables, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad, are one. They're all one. Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad are one. God is one. Like a serpent which eats its tail, the multiplicity contains itself and is unified. So, what are we to do with that? Difficult to say. No, I'm not advocating buying my health products. I have no health products to sell you. I'd like it if you joined my Discord community. I'm advocating for that quite strongly, because it's free right now, and it won't be free for very much longer. But a community is not a health product. But we'll have breakfast in Discord later. I don't want to push it too hard, because then I'll be very annoying. It's annoying when people try to sell you things. I don't want to sell you anything. I just want to get to know you. So, the Shema means listen. Listen, all is one, is the meaning of the prayer, or one meaning of the prayer. The prayer has many meanings, but all of the meanings are actually the same. We can go round and round in circles like that. So, what comes next in the book of Deuteronomy lets us interpret the Shema a little bit, or gives us a set of instructions on how to be with that prayer, right? I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you're here. So, Moses is standing on the rocks, he's talking to his people, and he says, Ve'ahavta et anat Elohecha uv'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odeyecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanechecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'vitecha v'lechtecha havaderech uv'shachbecha uv'kumeyecha uk'shartam le'ohut al yadechecha v'chayu letotafot b'neineyecha uchtavtaham al mizuzot beitecha uv'hisharechecha. The language is Hebrew. The language is Hebrew. The words are claimed to be those of Moses. Moses, the son of Pharaoh, the adopted son of Pharaoh who abandoned Egypt in favor of the Israelites. And he wanders through the desert with the Israelites, and they seek a home. And he says, listen, Israelites, listen, God is one. And if you really want to understand what that means, pay attention. You shall love Yahweh Eloheinu with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And take to heart these instructions which I charged you today. Which instructions? Well, these ones. The ones coming out of my mouth. The ones going into my cell phone. The ones being projected through the aether. Being picked up by your device in your hand. Sent from the device in your hand into your eyes, into your ears. These words. Teach them to your children. Recite them when you stay at home. And when you are away. And when you lie down. And when you get up. And bind them as a sign upon your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Mezuzot, al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. So how many of you know what a mezuzah is? How many of you know what a mezuzah is? I'm reciting a prayer called the Ve'ahavta. And the Ve'ahavta is the prayer that comes immediately after the Shema. I'm glad you like my sweater, Kate. How are you doing today? How many of you know what a mezuzah is? On my door right now. On your door right now. Good. I'm glad some of you know. Do I have mezuzot in my house? Yes, I do. The closest one is right here. I will show you. Whoop. Come on, here it is. There's mezuzah. Right, so this mezuzah contains the words that I have just recited to you. And the prayer itself doesn't say much more than copy me, right? The prayer tells you to repeat it. And I think that's quite beautiful, right? The prayer's structure is one way of representing this symbol here, the Ouroboros, the serpent which contains itself. So the prayer contains itself. The words of the prayer imply that they are spoken, right? That they are repeated. They ask you to repeat them, and because they ask you to repeat them, occasionally you do, and so the prayer gets propagated. And I can promise you that somewhere in the world, someone who is not in this chat room is saying those words right now, somewhere in Israel, or in San Francisco, or somewhere in the world. Someone is saying these words, and I find that very comforting to know that for the last 2,500 years, somewhere, at all times, these words have been spoken, right? That's an organism. That's a living creature, right? That is a phenotype. There's a living structure that has been around for thousands of years and will continue to exist for thousands of years more, because there's meaning in it. Why say these words? Why they say these words? Why should we say them? It's a good question. Well, there are many ways to live a human life. And I like to live my life in some kind of alignment with that which is bigger than me. And so when I say these words, I'm reminded of the long lineage of humans that came before me and will come after me, and it puts my life into context. So that is why I say these words, because it makes me feel like I'm part of the tree of life. But many other people say these words for other reasons. Shana, it's okay that you're late. No one is going to give you demerits. I'm glad you're here now. You always thought that about religion, that it has so much meaning for the people